What is up, gamers? Sounded a bit weird there. Think we're all good now, though. How's it going? I am making a video to talk about how I got to plat in League of Legends. See, right here, Platinum 4. I will be trying to get to Diamond this season. I don't know if I will be able to. How much time do we have left in ranked? 94 days? I could probably do that. I won't be doing anything. I could probably do that. But what I wanted to talk about was the builds that I used in order to get there. Now, I was not using the typical Aatrox build that people do, as you can see looking at these past games. Ignore the most recent one. That was a normal game. But you'll notice that a couple games I don't have Black Cleaver. A couple games I have I'd say most of them I have Sunfire. I have PD in some of them. Dance not there in some of them as well. And it's so what I want to tell you all is that the items you build should be specific for that match. This Aatrox is not a champion where one build path fits all games. Aatrox is a champion where you have to play to counter what the enemy team can do, as well as play to your own strengths, which is why you always build an AD item first. Now, that could just be first stage Tiamat, or it could just be completing Black Cleaver. But typically, you want an AD item first. And then, it really depends on the matchup that you have in your lane and the rest of their team, depending on what item you want to build first or second. So, like, say they're a full AD team, you may simply just want to build a Tiamat and then go straight for Sunfire. Or you may want to build up the Bomby Cinder part of Sunfire, build your Black Cleaver, and then finish the Sunfire off. Something like that. Or, if they've got a lot of MR, go ahead and build an early Spirit Visage. Get 2 Kindle Gems, one for your Black Cleaver, one for your Spirit Visage. Now, I've got League of Grass open. I'm going to take a look at one of these games of solo queue. Let's see. What's a game? You know what? Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Why not? No, that's not a good example. That Orin was bad. Not a good example. Let's look for a more even game. Yeah. So, yes, this one. This one will be a good one. Can I see my build path on here? I can't. So, I was laning against an Irelia. I don't know if you guys know this about me or not yet, but I have a terrible history going against Irelias. I just can't handle it. But my friend gave me a tip and was like, just build Bramblevest. I can't do anything. And like, I remembered that from a couple days ago when he had told me, because I came across an Irelia that just kicked my ass. So during this game I remember that, so like, you know what? I'll build a Bramblevest. I could do that. So I did. And then I also built the Bomby Cinder after that for some health and also wave clear. Because Bomby Cinder, if you didn't know, Bomby Cinder will hit with your Q1 distance. I'll show you in the practice tool in a bit. But let's just take a look more. So you see, I build the Bramble Vest first specifically to counter Irelia with her Conqueror healing and whatnot. Then we get the Balmy Cinder for a bit of health and wave clear, and then we start working it into the Black Cleaver after that. Because, you know, you do still need that AD item completed first, which is why I also got Long Sword right here with the Balmy Cinder because I had enough money. I also got Ninja Tabbies before I finished Black Cleaver to counter Irelia even more, and I could consistently 1v1 her at this point. But also, I needed... During this game, I should have built more MR early. Like, probably around the time I built this Candle Gem, I probably should have been working on my Spectre's Cowl. Because you'll see that they had a fed Elise and a fed Katarina. And they got fed pretty early on. It's kind of annoying. So, I should have been building for them instead of only Irelia, but because I built against Irelia during the laning phase, I was able to get a lead on her, and she may have had more CS than me, because she was more focused on CS, but I was more focused on trying to team fight with the team, and, you know, win that way, which was probably a good call on my part. So yeah, that's just one example. Obviously, this example doesn't fit all. Obviously. By the way, here's the runes I typically take. Sometimes I change Bone Plating to Second Wind depending on matchups. Like if they're more pokey top laner, then we take Second Wind. Or if they're not like a consistent trade guy or like a burst guy, take Second Wind. But for stuff like Garen, Irelia, if you ever see an Ornn, actually no, Ornn would be Second Wind. If you ever see a Maokai, you would take Bone Plating. And then Triumph because it's really good, and then Alacrity because with Unflinching you don't need Legend Tenacity, and Aatrox, if you don't have Alacrity, it doesn't feel smooth. Doesn't feel smooth at all. But let me go ahead and show you in the training tool, the practice tool, that you can hit the Balmy Cinder explosion with your Q1. I was under the perception that my Q1 triggering the Balmy Cinder explosion did not hit the target that I hit. But it does, which was surprising. And, you know, I'm going to look really dumb if I load into this and it doesn't. So, you know, let's hope it does. Auto refresh cooldowns. Where's the money? There's the money. That's not the right place. Balmy Cinder. Go ahead and teleport us over to the river. Alright. So, see the training dummy? See it right over there? This is pretty much max Q range. Man, wait, no, that was 8 damage. Yeah, it hit. Let me zoom in for you. You see that little 8 that popped up? It hits. Let's stack more health so you can see it better and also level up. So now it'll be doing 25 magic damage. So you see that? 25 magic damage. Balmy Cinder hits from Q1 range. So it is also a good poking tool. But you gotta be careful because this will push the wave pretty easily. So keep that in mind. Also, because of the health that Black Cleaver gives, it syncs up very well with Balmy Cinder. Just saying. Just saying. So like, you do not need to build a Kindle gem and a hammer first. You don't. You can build other things first. You don't need 20% CDR. I usually rush a Tiamat unless I die multiple times early on without the money for a Tiamat. In which case, I'll just go straight to building a Black Cleaver along with something else, because Black Cleaver is nice and cheap. Build my boots along with it or something, or maybe a bit of armor. Maybe the Balmy Cinder part of Sunfire Cape, because it's very useful. And then, so like, you got your Tiamat, Black Cleaver, maybe the Balmy Cinder part of Sunfire. But like, what's after that? Well, obviously you'll have your boots in there somewhere. But like, what's after that? Well, anything you want. Literally anything you want. You want to finish your Sunfire? Go ahead. But what if you don't? Build a Death's Dance. It syncs up well with you because you're Aatrox, and I mean, Death's Dance is always good. But what if you don't even want to do that? Well, you could build a lethality item if you so desire. If that's the way you like to play Aatrox, go ahead. Build the lethality item. Nothing wrong with that. Or, if you want Sterix for more health, for more damage on your Balmy Cinder, get a Sterix. It's all nice. If they've got a lot of range or a lot of dashes, maybe consider a Phantom Dancer. The passive on Phantom Dancer, 1, it gives you more move speed innately, and 2, basic attacking a champion grants ghosting, so pesky minions and other champion models won't block you when you're moving, and it also gives another 7% move speed. And it gives lifeline just like Sterix. It's pretty good. It is. Also, you don't need GA. I swear to God, you people need to stop building GA. Like, if you die, you're dead. There's, like, I would only recommend taking GA under very special circumstances, as in if they have a lot of burst damage, and even then, I would more recommend Sterix as well as tank items instead of a GA. Like, really? Hey, what do you mean I'm AFK 1? So yeah, build those items. Maybe even a Frozen Mallet. I've only done it a couple times, but I mean, it's got a lot of health. Basic attack's slow, easier to land your Qs. I mean, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Ma, honestly, if they buff Ma, then I would recommend taking it. But I wouldn't take Ma unless they have a full AP team. But you would take Ma with a Spirit Visage as well anyway. So, I mean, you know how it is. But yeah. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. If you enjoyed, if you got any build path tips from this, if you got any good ideas brewing, like and comment down below what ideas you got. I will test any ideas you guys tell me about. I will test them because, you know, that may be good for me too. If you guys got like really spicy ideas for Aatrox, and they actually work really well, I would use them. Like, maybe someone has a brilliant idea to build a like a Infinity Edge or Stormrazor or something, or maybe Tekken Lich Bane for whatever reason, for the tiny portion of magic damage it has. I don't know, or maybe building Death's Dance and Gunblade at the same time. Something along those lines. But yeah, that's it. Please, please, please stop building Aatrox in only one way. He is much more than that. And I am tired of seeing my boy be disrespected like this. You don't need 20% CDR early. That is all. Signing out. Bye.